Previously, Mash finds himself under attack by the leader of the Lang dorm, who seeks to steal his gold coins. However, Mash displays extraordinary skill and counterattack in a spectacular manner and leaves with Sylvia. However, he goes on to face and overcome another pair of Lang assailants, but a formidable member of their dorm arrives to retrieve them. This member points out the similarities between himself and Mash. The story progresses as the Magma Master of the Orca dorm is taken aback to see that the enigmatic Magia Lupus member believes he can simply take his gold coin. Regrettably for the Magma Master, he is swiftly defeated by the mysterious man. The man explains that he had heard the Magma Master was surprisingly fierce, but it turns out he wasn't anything remarkable. Meanwhile, in the school kitchen, Mash busies himself preparing more delectable cream puffs. Lance, in the midst of this, elaborates on how the Magia Lupus consists of individuals with high self-esteem and magical talent. The higher-ranking members are clearly the most exceptional students in the school. Lance expresses his reluctance to simply defend against such skilled opponents. However, the school intentionally conceals the locations of the different dorms from each other to foster inter-dorm competition. Undeterred, Lance dramatically announces his plan to discover the location of the Lang dorm and claim their coins. Mash, nonchalantly, responds with a simple okay. Though Mash is primarily focused on creating his cream puffs, Lance wonders if he was truly paying attention. Lance then presents Mash with a new robe, which Mash struggles to put on. But he grows fond of upon seeing the emblem of the altar. Suddenly, just then Lemon bursts into the scene, urgently exclaiming that something has happened to Tom. Mash becomes deeply concerned about his cream puffs, but Lemon insists that they come along immediately to infirmary. Tom warmly greets them, but he appears visibly exhausted and cannot recall what happened to him. Normally, Tom lives life with great energy, but he fell asleep and woke up in his current condition. Surprisingly, he had a dream that he was trapped and confined within a dark box. Although fully conscious, he was unable to speak and remained in this state for hours. Mash observes that Tom is in a fragile mental state and suggests that Mash needs to eat a cream puff to alleviate the situation. Tom is temporarily unable to use magic and can barely sense any magical energy within himself, adding to the already perplexing circumstances. Lance highlights that there are several other students in the infirmary experiencing the same phenomenon. Tom suspects that it is not a mere coincidence that this happened while their headmaster was called to the Bureau of Magic. Lemon believes it is the perfect moment to present Mash with a gift, a good luck charm named Creamy. Despite Lemon's difficulty in giving the gift, Mash questions the significance of the ribbon, expressing criticism. Lemon requests that Mash not engage in anything too reckless, to which Mash agrees. However, Lemon adds that Mash should keep Creamy with them at all times. At night we see Lance and Mash. He ponders whether it is permissible for them to be wandering around the school after hours. Lance questions the presence of Dot and Finn, and Dot, calling Lance a moron, explains that they too desire the coins. Finn, not wanting to be left alone, decides to accompany Mash. Mash empathizes with Finn's feelings and agrees to let them come along. Just as they spot Lemon, Dot expresses his desire to call out to the woman he loves. However, Lance intervenes and informs Dot that something is amiss with her. Lemon's body moves in an unnatural manner, revealing that she has transformed into a horrifying puppet. Dot cannot help but notice that Lemon lacks eyes but still finds her cute. Lance ponders their next course of action, but Lemon starts moving and they give chase. Their pursuit leads them to a dead end, yet Finn can distinctly hear the sound of creaking wood. Dot dismisses it as nonsense but panics when he also hears the sound. Lance urges everyone to stay calm and employs a revealed spell to uncover a hidden door. Unfortunately, this spell only reveals the door, and another special spell is required to open it. Dot claims that he has it covered and attempts to use his machine gun spell called Explom, but it proves ineffective. It is then Mash's turn to try his idea. Much to the astonishment of his friends, Mash simply uses a sword and leverage to open the door without relying on any magic. He effortlessly defeats yet another obstacle in the form of the door, which goes flying out of the school. Lance points out that Lemon is down the steps, but he cautions that the Magia Lupus members will likely be present there as well. Mash looks at Creamy and apologizes to Lemon, realizing that he won't be able to keep his promise of avoiding risky actions. Mash observes that the location resembles a secret base, much to Dot's annoyance, who scolds him for spoiling the dramatic tension. Lance realizes that the Magia Lupus must have chosen this place strategically to gain an advantage, so they proceed with caution. They spot a light and decide to follow it, leading them to an arena. A member from the Lang dorm appears and explains that it is an ancient dueling field, so old that even the current teachers are unaware of its existence. He clarifies that he is not affiliated with the Magia Lupus and is only present at the request of the Third Fang. His role is to eliminate intruders like them, and if they wish to continue, they must wager their coins and challenge him. He warns them that they will never surpass him. Lance, determined to prove him wrong, is ready to take on the challenge, but Dot insists on going first. His reason being his dislike for good-looking guys. His friends offer him encouragement, while Dot wonders aloud if the guy has a fan club, to which he confirms that he does. Mash and the others can immediately sense Dot's jealous rant coming. As expected, Dot loses his composure, enraged at how the guy seems to be living the perfect life. The Lang dorm member points out Dot's lack of good looks and intelligence, confidently asserting that there's no way Dot could defeat him. He utilizes his Rose Whip spell with ease. Meanwhile, at the Bureau of Magic, Headmaster Wahlberg, the highest legal authority in the magic realms, receives unexpected news that 6 notorious death row inmates have escaped from Hecatris prison, aided by someone known as Innocent Zero. The prison guards were mercilessly slaughtered. Returning to the arena, Dot launches his attack against the handsome guy, but it proves ineffective. The handsome guy expresses surprise that it was their group that defeated Silva, prompting Dot to consider the possibility that Silva might have actually given him quite a beating. The handsome guy confidently asserts that even though Silva possessed double-liner magic capacity, it is worthless if not utilized effectively. He boldly proclaims that he is much stronger than Silva. However, Dot refuses to accept defeat. Dot employs a spell to encircle the handsome guy, leaving him puzzled about its purpose. Dot proceeds to explain that the handsome guy should tread carefully, as it is a conditional spell with 5 times the usual explosive power. The handsome guy dismisses the trap as too obvious, but Dot retorts that he is precisely the type who would fall for it. The handsome guy questions how Dot intends to make him step on the marked spots, but Dot clarifies that the markings are merely a distraction. In an unfortunate turn of events, Dot fails to prevent the handsome guy's attack, resulting in the loss of his wand and his subsequent capture. Thorns emerge from the stems, effectively immobilizing Dot's body. The handsome guy taunts Dot for his foolish eyes and lack of skill, mocking his failed attempt to ensnare him in the trap. The handsome guy confidently declares that his next attack will end it all. However, Dot reveals that he never mentioned making the handsome guy step on the marks. One of the marks explodes, surprising the handsome guy. Dot explains that the thorn bomb marks were nothing more than time bombs. The handsome guy realizes he has been tricked by someone like Dot. Dot confidently states that one should never judge a book by its cover and boldly challenges the next opponent to step forward. Mashle's group is taken aback when they witness the defeated handsome guy striking a pose. Dot, in a surprising turn, actually admires his style. However, their attention quickly shifts as they find themselves being pulled into the ground. Finn is terrified, while Lance notes that their enemies have no intention of letting them escape. Mash, too, is being dragged down, but he bravely requests that his precious baby be saved, leaving Dot to realize that his friends might be even crazier than he is. They all descend through the ground, and Lance realizes that their foes aim to separate and hunt them down. A member of the Magia Lupus appears, disappointed to encounter Lance instead of the mushroom-headed person he desired to fight. Lance realizes that the menacing magic he sensed earlier belonged to this new arrival. The Magia Lupus member introduces himself as Worth, the third Fang of the group, emphasizing that being weak is utterly unacceptable. Dot and Finn arrive together and confront their opponents, who believe it will not be an easy task since they are facing 2 single-liners. One of them is Milo Genius, the 4th Fang, while the other is Love Cute, the 5th Fang. Finn believes it's a lost cause due to their opponent's double-liner status and jokingly thanks his parents for bringing him into this world. However, Dot encourages them not to give up before they even start, as it would make for an incredible underdog story if they can overcome the odds. Dot boldly declares that he will show these side characters the power of the protagonist and inspire Dot being a main character. Meanwhile, Mash lands in his designated location and recognizes the person he encountered at Owl Hut the other day. This individual introduces himself as Razor Abyss, the 2nd Fang of the Magia Lupus. Abyss expresses his admiration for Mash's movements on that day and correctly predicts that Mash cannot use magic. Mash attempts to deceive him but stumbles over his words. Abyss reassures him that there's no need to worry since the world hates him just as much and has treated him similarly. Abyss acknowledges that Mash must have his own reasons for being there but asserts that he, too, has his motives. Mash points out that those are fighting words but confidently declares his plan to defeat him. This brings an end to this episode. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to subscribe our channel, Any Explainer.